Hitech TGR are going to be bringing in two Formula 3 graduates for 2025 in the FIA Formula 2 Championship. They bring in two drivers who fought for the Formula 3 Championship in 2024. That of Luke Browning, the Williams-backed driver, and Dino Beganovic, the Ferrari Driver Academy member. This definitely a really exciting lineup. Two drivers looking to push to Formula One in the future. Two drivers who already carry that Formula One backing, and two drivers who are champions in the feeder series as well. Luke, recently a champion in GB3, amongst other things, and Dino Beganovic was a champion in Freca back in 2022 as well. So there's going to be a lot of fight between these two, I feel, at Hitech. I don't think either of them will want to concede that lead role. So I'm quite excited, actually, to see how this one plays out. And they both come in with Formula 2 experience as well. They've both had a go to get in the car. They both jumped in the car in the back end of last year. Dino taking to it very well. He got on the podium at the Cell, and Luke Browning got into the car very nicely himself as well, picked up some points. So we've got two drivers who've got experience in the Formula 2 car. They've got points and podiums, and they are champions in the feeder series. This is all saying to me that Hitech, as they often do, have pulled a blinder with driver lineups. The only thing they don't really do, they do so well in getting driver lineups, they've just never quite been able to go and get that drivers' championship. But one thing they are very, very good at is picking the young talent out that often goes on to get the Formula One backing. I'm very interested to hear now the thoughts of our feeder series F2 editor, Kalle Krakaski, and that's what we're going to do now.
Yeah, like you said, I'm really excited about this lineup. It's maybe the one I'm most excited to see how things play out across the F2 season. Hitech was strong last year, and they had Paul Aaron as a title contender until the last few rounds. But they finished fourth in the championship, and to me that's a little in the team's championship, and to me that's a little lower than where they could have been. I think there was a big gap between their two drivers that we saw on track, and I think that Luke Browning and Dino Beganovic should be a lot closer together than Paul Aaron and Amaury Cordial were. And like you said, we saw them at the end of the year in F2. They were both strong from the jump, and to me, Beganovic was both extremely impressive and kind of surprising because he finished top 6 in F3 last year, but he was the third of his teammates. He was beaten by Gabriele Mini and Arvid Lindblad, who were both also stepping up to F2, and just generally had kind of a somewhat disappointing year just based on, what we'd previously seen of him. But then when he, came to the Dom's car for the final 2 rounds last year, he finished all 4 races in the top 10 and also got a sprint race podium. And that was, I think, really impressive to me, especially considering, the title battles that were still going on at the end and how many competitive drivers there were in that field. So I think next year could definitely be a bounce back year for Beganovic. And to me, I could see him as like a dark horse contender for the title, or at least, fighting at the top of the rookies. And I think Browning is also quite strong. He also was fighting for the F3 title until the very last round. And he was strong in his 3 rounds he did in F2 at the end of the year. So, it's a lineup of 2. I don't know if Browning actually still counts as a rookie. I think they say he doesn't. But it's a lineup of 2 people in their first full season of Formula 2. But they both have looked very strong so far. They both, like you mentioned, have academy backing, are champions, and Browning has been in feeder series since, or he started in Ginetta Juniors in 2017. So he has a lot of cars experience under his belt. And, Beganovic also has a good amount of experience. I will say that Browning is going to be 23 this season, which is on the older side for a rookie, and definitely on the older side for, you know, a new F1 driver, if that's what his goal is, which I assume it is, which has, you know, rookies in F1 have been getting younger and younger. So I think for him, his age definitely contributes to some pressure to perform this year. But I think that Browning and Beganovic will definitely push each other a lot throughout the year, and I'm really excited to see how this unfolds.
Some great points raised by Calla there, particularly on Browning's age. Could this be similar to what we saw for Zach O'Sullivan, Williams Academy driver, his last shot to go and get a chance in Formula One? And for Dino, I'm with Calla here, I think he could be the dark horse in Formula 2 this season, having seen what he did in Freca in 2022. That's our thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.